Now, the concern for me is the major barrier. So what have you noticed as the major barrier to having these women, come into fore as far as this is concerned? What are the major barriers? Is it finances? Is it culture? Is it relatability with people? What is it exactly? And how can we actually come off it? What's the solution? Possible solution?
Yeah, I would say, just like you mentioned, finance. I don't think there's any development problem that finance cannot aid in its solution. Finance is an enabler for the solution of any developmental challenges that we have. Now, another thing that women suffer or face is how would I put it? Institutional support. They do not have institutional support. When you go to solar companies, women are only left as secretaries, and then they are sent to the field to go and sell the solar panels or go and get people that will buy the bulbs.
Right.
However, teaching them the physics and the science behind how this is being made, they exclude them and leave that to just men, which is, like I said, institutional support. They do not have this good way to say, oh, you're a girl and you want to learn this, we support you. Go ahead and learn the technical, the science behind it. So that is another issue. So firstly, like you said, finance. Then there is the institutional support. The third is a mindset issue. Now, this mindset issue, we can pull it from culture. Culturally, girls have been told, oh, you don't have to do this. It's not girl-like. It's not feminine. Or in fact, even putting on trousers, they say, oh, it's not feminine. You have to climb the roof. Oh, you grow, you gain muscles. So why are you doing that? Right? So that is another issue that women have suffered. Cultural biases has also affected the opportunity for women to come to the fore when it comes to climate and green jobs.
Okay, so Nigeria has experienced its own fair share of flooding, desertification, coastal erosion, and several, problems that are consequences of climate change. I saw it was just a picture, but it told a story of, the first frame showed somebody tossing plastic out of his car window. The other one was how it had clogged up the waterways, and then the other one now showed flood. And then the fourth one was people agitating, government is not doing enough, look at flood. So it goes back to responsibility, simple responsibility when it comes to climate change issues. And I've had this conversation over and over again. To what extent can you say awareness has been created, especially in Nigeria, where I don't think there's enforcement. I come from Cross River State. If you're caught tossing any paper out of the car, they will pursue you until you pay a certain fine, and then you are harassed and all of that. So you don't want to do that. You want to keep Calabar clean, not like a Ibom. So we face so that responsibility that government is taking an effort to achieve. Are we there yet?
I would say no.
It's not just awareness for government, but
for the citizens as well. Yes. So just like you mentioned, when there is enforcement of any rule, when there is law and order being pushed, it ensures that people do what they need to do. So even if you went to an environment today, like we have done in the past, to do an advocacy to say, oh, people should not throw trash on the road, people should not dispose their trash here and all of that. Do we have the infrastructure that ensures that that does not happen? For example, there is a major crisis around poor waste management in Abuja. Every area of Abuja you go to, you see one trash heap or the other on major roads, not in communities. If it's on major tarred roads and not in communities, I don't think at that point it's just the problem of the citizens. It becomes a structural issue, an issue with the governing body, the government, because the appropriate trash cans, the appropriate dump sites where people can go and dispose of their trash and it's not made available. Now, awareness can still help, right? Awareness can still help, but we would need more enforcement in terms of the government coming to say, if you do this, this is the penalty. If you do this, this is the penalty. Adding consequences to the activities around waste management, around climate action adding consequences for not following it would help people become more compliant with what is expected of them. Just telling them to do it, I don't think in Africa and in Nigeria would really work.
Yeah.
You know, you're actually coming closer to our thought today. But let's also look at the aspect of apprenticeship. Let's look at mentorship. Let's look at maybe.
I think that's taking us gradually to the Green Fellowship, exactly. the female.
Let's talk about even scholarship. Okay, how much do you enhance, help? It's not about just as you mentioned earlier, not just about trying to see how to get people aware, but maybe getting them hands-on. You know, let them do it for real. So you come to a particular community, like in Akwa Ibom State where I come from. You know, we have what we do, and that thing is go and do it. Okay. It is far beyond. Do you think you can do it? Okay, so you see parents when it is holidays, they send their children out, not to school, you know, for holiday lessons, but this time around to go get hands-on skills. And for the young women that we are actually focused on this morning, how much do you encourage them with the go and do it? Not you can do it, but go and get started. Scholarship, apprenticeship, mentorship. How do you encourage them so that they can actually do it? Or is it just about let's talk about it, yeah, we can do it as women, and then after the seminar or whatever, you're done?
So I would say one thing the Ebadebeke initiative does is that we are very practical when it comes to our approaches and solutions in climate change. In January, we hosted the Climate Change Summit. It had over 507 attendees and teenagers. I mean, people between the ages of even 10 to 19 ran the entire show. Every adult there was just a spectator.
Thankfully, RASEP Africa was there.
Exactly. Now, we did that to show that we are going beyond talk. These teenagers didn't just come one day and then stand on the stage and start to talk about climate change, rap about it, act about it. They didn't just come one day. We had trained them. We had mentored them through what we call our Climate Change Hub. It's a monthly program where we bring teenagers, and currently we have teenagers across Africa, not just Abuja now. Okay. We have expanded to bring teenagers in to teach them. Now, for example, on Saturday, which is our usual monthly meetup, we had a movie day where we viewed a movie called The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind. We wanted to start inspiring them to, okay, now you know how to talk. We want you to take the next step, start thinking of a solution, something you can do with climate change. We didn't just stop there. We saw a global storytelling competition called the Voice of Future Generations, where we are piping in all our hub members to write stories, to create art around climate change, which can be published globally if they win. Now, our goal is not even for them to say, you have to win it. Our goal is try, participate, start to think, start to ideate. I have lots of emails now from these teenagers that I have to review. We're going to have another call on Saturday to talk about, what did you submit? Look at areas you should work on your story so that it gets better before the submission. Now, we have moved them from just, this is what we want you to know, to this is how we want you to do it. In addition to this, we recently launched the She Leads Green Jobs Fellowship. It's a fellowship for females between the ages of 18 and 30. Now, there is money based on the National Climate Change Fund. But if we do not intentionally get these women prepared, they will just stay and still keep crying wolf. We need to get them ready, and that's why we set up this program. We're bringing in women who are global leaders. We're bringing in directors from the government on environmental change, climate change, from different states in Nigeria, including the Federal Ministry here in Abuja. We're bringing top CEOs who are females leading and innovating in climate change to come and educate them. But now, our fellowship is not just come and learn, we'll give you certificates and you go home. They have 3 projects in between. Every 3 weeks in our 12 weeks program, they are going to carry out a project. And it's not just advocacy. It is upcycling projects, tree planting projects, designing advocacy campaigns and community-based cleanups that they would have to do themselves in their different states, because our fellowship has females from across the 36 states of Nigeria, not just Abuja. Now, they're going to be carrying it in different states, which means their impact will be felt in different places. Now, at the end of these 12 weeks, we have a 4 weeks internship. You are now saying, I've learned this, I've implemented this, and then you are now taking it to an organization. What we want them to do in these organizations is implement sustainability practices. Are they going to an organization that is a tech hub, for example? You would say, what would someone that learns climate change come and do in a tech hub? They could be in a place where these tech bros like to play loud music. They're playing loud music here. They have all their bulbs on here. They have another light shining in the background. They forget that they have plugged their phone in for so long. Their laptop is charged and is still plugged in. Now, all of this is waste of energy. But they don't know that. They just know that we are doing innovation, we're tech bros, we're creating the future. Now, these fellows coming to tell you that every time you leave a bulb on, that is not necessary at that point in time, you are wasting energy. And if you are wasting energy, it means more needs to be produced to be adequately spread or shared among those who need it. Now, in these 4 weeks, each of these ladies who have even accepted with their projects, they came in with, this is my project I'm going to carry out. Now, it means that at the end of it, they have a portfolio of projects they have carried out during the fellowship, a bigger project they did during their internship, which would now culminate in what they have as their project documents. So we want them to go beyond just learning to doing. We hope that by the time they go to these organizations that are used to using just plastic for everything they did, we know that let's have a water dispenser. Absolutely. Let's have paper cups. It's not going to be bad. Everybody doesn't need to fill the trash with all of this. Oh, let's get the kitchen to come here. This kitchen we buy from, let's get them to come here with plates and their cookwares and share this food to us, rather than packing all the plastics from these rooms, from these restaurants to the office. Right. So this is what we hope that our fellows are able to do in different organizations when they get there, and this is how we intend to move them from just talk to the walk.
Right. I mean,